South Carolina women's basketball is known for dominance, discipline, and one of the strongest cultures in all of college sports. But this week, everything erupted behind the scenes. Freshman guard Maddy McDaniel, one of the most exciting young players on the roster, was suddenly suspended, and fans were left stunned. No explanation. No details. Just a cold, unexpected statement from Dawn Staley and the Gamecock staff. But now, things are leaking. Players are whispering. And the real story behind Maddy's suspension is far more intense than what the public saw. Tonight, we break down everything: the incident that sparked the suspension, how Dawn Staley reacted in real time, how the team responded, and what this means for the Gamecocks moving forward. The tension didn't start overnight. Coaches noticed signs building over the last few weeks. Maddy's frustration with limited minutes, heated exchanges in practice, a rising sense of pressure as competition within the guard rotation grew, and the weight of being a freshman on a national championship contender. Sources around the program describe Maddy as fiery, competitive, emotional, the kind of player who plays with edge, but sometimes crosses the line. Teammates reportedly saw her becoming more and more agitated as roles solidified. But then came the breaking point, the moment everything exploded. During a closed-door practice session, tensions hit their peak. According to insiders, the Gamecocks were running an intense defensive drill. Physical, fast, competitive, exactly the style Dawn Staley demands. Maddy, frustrated with a missed rotation call, reportedly had a verbal outburst that escalated far faster than anyone expected. It wasn't just a moment of emotion, it challenged the coaching staff directly. Players say Dawn Staley stopped practice immediately. And if you know Staley, you know what that means. She doesn't tolerate disrespect. She doesn't allow ego to disrupt the group. She doesn't let one player weaken the standard. Within minutes, the gym was silent. Dawn reportedly pulled Maddy aside, and that conversation did not go well. Later that day, South Carolina released an official statement: Maddy McDaniel has been suspended due to conduct inconsistent with team standards. That was it. Short. Sharp. No sugarcoating. No protecting ego. No hiding behind excuses. This wasn't about on-court mistakes. This was about culture. And when Dawn Staley sends a message, she makes sure the whole program feels it. Players were stunned, but not surprised. Veteran leaders like Raven Johnson, Camila Cardoso, if still on roster timeline, Tessa Johnson, Chloe Kitts, have helped build a championship-level culture. And the one thing they don't play about? Respect and accountability. Teammates reportedly felt torn. Some were worried for Maddy. Some were frustrated with her. Others believed this moment was necessary. One insider said, Staley protects the sisterhood. If one person threatens it, she steps in. This suspension wasn't just about punishment, it was about restoring balance. Sources close to the situation say Maddy was emotional and shocked. She didn't expect things to escalate the way they did. But she also realized, fast, that she crossed a line no one crosses with Dawn Staley. One thing has been clear from Staley's coaching history: she gives second chances. But you have to earn them. For Maddy, this suspension could be a turning point, a moment that defines the rest of her Gamecock career. Fans might see a suspension. But coaches see something else: a culture check. A leadership lesson. A message to the younger players. And a reset button for a talented freshman. Dawn Staley coaches with love, toughness, and a deep belief that players must grow not just as athletes, but as people. This suspension is a perfect example of why South Carolina has become a dynasty. No player is bigger than the team. Everyone is held accountable. The system matters more than individual emotion. Winning starts with discipline. Dawn isn't punishing Maddy. She's developing her. Here's where things get interesting. Option 1, she returns stronger. Maddy could come back, more focused, more disciplined, more determined, with a new appreciation for her role. This is the outcome Staley hopes for. Option 2, her minutes decrease. Staley has a loaded roster. If Maddy doesn't buy in, her role will shrink. Option 3, transfer portal drama. These days, every suspension creates portal whispers. But insiders say Dawn Staley still believes in Maddy. This isn't about pushing her away, it's about pulling her back in line. South Carolina will be fine. They always are. The system is bigger than any one player. But this moment could shape the season in a huge way. The team becomes even tighter. Leaders step up, young players learn the standard, and no one, absolutely no one, questions the authority of Dawn Staley. This is how champions stay champions. Maddy McDaniel is talented. She's tough. She has the potential to be a major contributor at South Carolina. But talent alone doesn't survive inside Dawn Staley's program. You need discipline, humility, and the ability to handle pressure. This suspension, this moment, this tension, it could be the very thing that turns Maddy into a future star if she responds the right way. The story isn't over. The season isn't over. This is just the beginning. Mary had been pushing herself harder than anyone. But that fire? That intensity? On this particular day, it went too far. During a scrimmage segment, McDaniel reportedly barked at a teammate, walked away from a huddle, ignored a defensive instruction, and exchanged heated words with an assistant coach. What followed was a silence so deep you could hear a pin drop. Dawn Staley blew her whistle, walked straight over, and said, "We don't do that here. Not in this program." And practice stopped. Players were emotional. Some said Maddy was frustrated with her role. Others said she felt unheard. Others believed she was simply overwhelmed. A source put it bluntly, she cared too much, and it boiled over. But Dawn Staley has one golden rule: no one, not even a starter, is above the culture. That same evening, the announcement dropped: Maddy McDaniel suspended indefinitely for violation of team standards. Fans panicked. Media speculated. Opponents celebrated. But Dawn Staley stayed silent. Until now. At today's press conference, Staley finally addressed the situation head-on, and her words were powerful. Maddy needed a pause. Not a punishment, a pause. A moment to reset, reflect, and remember who she is. She continued, "Our culture comes before our wins. Our players come before our rankings. And sometimes, loving someone means holding them accountable." The room froze. Reporters scribbled nonstop. Social media lit up instantly. This wasn't a coach defending herself. This was a leader protecting her program and her player. Staley revealed 3 major factors behind the decision. 1. Mental and emotional overload. Staley hinted Maddy had been carrying pressure, personal and basketball related, that was starting to affect her performance and relationships. 2. Leadership accountability with young